concrete evidence of strong public support. It's always possible to dismiss individuals or groups or say they're biased, but when you get 12,000 people, and the incredible part of that is we were only limited to those 12,000 people in the resources that were available to us. It was just us. Nobody gave us any money. Nobody gave us really any moral assistance. So if we had we could have doubled that number if we'd had more resources.
More people, more money.
And this is the powerful statement. You can't, that figure is there, and I think people really recognize that. It gave people there was concrete evidence that there was strong public support for our initiative, and it gave other people the confidence to speak out, because we all know what happens when you speak out on this, but that's changing also.
Yeah. Very much a determination of how things were then going to fall, but it also didn't carry the will of the people. So eventually the will of the people is going
exactly. And we were talking about gays in the military, and there was public polls saying 75% of the people in the United States wanted gays in the military to serve, and that was 5 years ago. So we just have to keep hammering at the same message, and it will become unavoidable for those in power to ignore it. And now we're getting strong support from other countries. We've had strong support from other medical associations. Now we're getting politicians, the Green Party in Germany. There's a Muslim man in the Green, Ahmed, I forget his last name, in the Green Party in Germany that is so strongly supportive of the cologne restriction. And Anne Lindboe, the Danish television station showing the rabbi caught in his lies about the harm of circumcision. So this is kind of all of this pent-up frustration of people not listening. It's being released, it's being heard, it's being magnified.
People are celebrating that. I can recall as a young person how few people were on board. This has been a growing thing over 30, 40 years and longer. But now that it's suddenly happened and people this is now the climate that we're getting our message out across in, is one of tolerance, acceptance, of equality, of diversity, of looking at human rights. So this is now a much more fertile ground for our message.
I can't imagine not doing it this way now that this is happening. They just don't get it.
No.
Well, sometimes I was talking to James. Everybody. It's so difficult to get the right message for the right person, and ultimately, it's not 100% sure. But a lot of people will understand on a psychological level. Some people have to be challenged a little bit, and some people have to figuratively have their ears grabbed and be shouted at, and then when they get that back, if that's what it takes to get through to them, it's like, oh, okay.
There's no one size fits all, and we have to be diverse in the message.
Exactly.
And have the peaceful people working. And if you're a peaceful person, you need to go with these people, and if you're in the middle, and I feel like in this movement, we all need to kind of hunker down with our like thinkers and just move forward.
And also
there's no time for this bickering back and forth, and you shouldn't do it this way, or you shouldn't wear this or whatever.
Exactly, because when you take that the next step further, first of all, we're diverting energy from what we need to do. We're all responsible for what we say. We're going to be uncomfortable with someone else to say what someone else says. What does the other side say? Do they worry about, well, a few babies die, they're not focused on that.
Yeah.
And also, you're in a different mood in a different place. Sometimes it depends on the situation, the circumstances, where you are. Like we speak differently in a baby fair than we would at a protest. If you can adjust your message to your situation and your people, you're just going to be so much more successful.
Hopefully.
And it's so great to have you there right near Johns Hopkins Circumcision Central.
Yeah, well, that's actually about 2.5 hours away, but I'm starting to kind of rub elbows with that area, that group over there, and we're just starting to put our feelers out to each other. I've got a guy from there wanting to join my group, and I'm kind of looking at what they're doing. We haven't got them yet, but I think that they're on the books.
Well, you've got to know that there are people in the institution that are aghast at what they're doing, and they're looking for some way to break through where they're working.
Yeah.
So that's great to hear.
They do have they have a way larger group than what I have down at the beach going on right there near Baltimore. There's definitely ability to do something at Johns Hopkins.